What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the 10th episode of Deca-Dence. This one's titled Brake System. Kind of a fitting title since the brakes have been pretty firmly applied on the Gadol creation facility after last time. I assume, well, normally titles refer to what happens in their episode, so I'm now starting to think of it as a negative. The brakes being put on whatever Kaburagi's plan is from here on. Like, we've destroyed the factory, now what, right? Like, we've succeeded there, what's next? What's next is going to be Natsume being told everything, basically. We started that at the very end of the last episode, and I think we're going to continue on that. So, again, sorry it's a day late. I have to apologize every single time. It happens all too often recently, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of it again. Ever since the Mulby incident, it's been more frequent, and I don't like that fact. So I'm going to try and get my life together, as it were. My life is a mess. So, last time we were trying to shut down this factory. We had Kaburagi and Natsume infiltrating through it. Natsume being very confused, of course, because this all looks man-made, not natural, which ultimately it is. The bugs down in the processing area are smoking the ship, essentially, to put this plume cloud back up into the shafts and start polluting the lake, which will cause the Gadol to expire in of themselves. They need that lake in its current condition to nurture them. It's not like you can just we've created one, ship it out. It's no, we create them. It's like birthing them. It's like, trying to think. It really is just like creating any other form of life, and you have to nurture it and let it develop in its own time. Sure, you can start that process by yourselves, and you can induce it to go faster, but you still need to do that process. You can't just cut that out entirely. At least not in this series. There are some series, I'm sure, which would just be like, we can create it, and it's done. Again, I can't click my fingers. I don't know how people do it. It makes no sense to me. Anyway, the security obviously comes in because every part of this plan has been told to Hugin by Turkey. Gobble gobble. And yeah, using Sarkozy in order to do it as well as an accomplice. Poor Sarkozy. However, he gets his revenge in the end. Donatello comes and helps out against the security, who were pretty much on top of them if it wasn't for him. So thank you, Donatello. I think Jill helped out as well in like upgrading him and keeping, or at least preventing Hugin from doing too much to mess with Kaburagi as they were fighting in the middle of this area. Fantastic fight scene. I love Hugin's human persona, his gear persona, I guess you would call it. I really love that design, and the bird's pretty dumb, but I love him as well. Or her. Is it him or her? I don't actually know that. So Sarkozy's injured. Turkey flees for his life, but thankfully Donatello catches him and he gets his comeuppance and is thrown in the where they were processing it before. He's fallen into the bottom there and is basically doomed now. But Sarkozy, with his last breath, even though they don't breathe, his last energy, his last will, he detonates himself quite spectacularly as he jumps into the pit with Turkey. Huge explosion, rockets up and damages the reactor up at the factory. Fantastic scene and quite emotional, honestly. Like, I don't think I was expecting to have any emotional attachment to a side character. I never really do in series. Usually, you expect most of the attention and emotional connection to be focused towards your main characters, right? You want to put as much effort into them as possible, but shows really do well in capturing really good side characters that you kind of feel for and want to do well. And even though Sarkozy has unfortunately died because of this, I assume that means his chip is now irretrievable. I don't know how their society works, if he is backed up anywhere, or if it's just his physical self as a cyborg. That is all contained what he is. Because we know the gears are all stored in this massive factory that looks like Monsters, Inc. But I assume they're cyborgs their chips are housed in them, and then that's it. That's all they have, and then they're connected to the system via Wi-Fi or whatever the hell. However, doing so, Natsume and Kaburagi get to the Gadol genocide system because, of course, you would implement this into your system. I guess as an emergency button, it's helpful to just remove them if something goes wrong. But I'm sure they would never ever press that in normal operation. But they shut down production and all currently active Gadol. I think Pipe's still alive though. I think Pipe, because Pipe is a bug in of itself, I think Pipe's going to be alive. I don't think they kill off Pike. I think they wouldn't do that. They made kind of a big deal out of Pipe, and he was kind of helpful for Natsume when Kaburagi was gone, and as a means for Natsume to kind of recognize Kaburagi in his alternate body, and to get that inkling, which I predicted early on. And then, yeah, I don't think they're just going to toss him out now. Like, they're going to have him survive and show that just because you were born a Gadol doesn't mean you have to always live as a Gadol. You can be a bug, choose your own path. Although how much Pipe's chosen anything, I don't know, but still. You get the idea of what I'm trying to say, right? You're not just bound by your restraints of your system, as it were, as we're taking down the system this entire time. So, and yeah, now Natsume is being told the truth, and I believe that's where we're going to be picking up here with this episode. I believe. Don't quote me on that, I can't remember, but I assume we're going to be getting some more confirmation on everything that's happening, because I don't think he told her everything. He told her that this world was manufactured, I believe. And then they cliffhangered to next time. So, as always, these are time-based format. In the bottom left of the screen, you're going to see the timer for the episode. I will count you down 3, 2, 1, play, and then on play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. Watching this one officially on Funimation, as per usual. Links to that will be in the description. You do need a subscription service to watch it on the week it airs. If not, wait a week and they will become free to watch for people with an account. Yeah, we have Funimation logo. We have Kalikawa logo, then Funimation logo. So I'll call those out as they go. For those of you who don't watch via Funimation, you can at least know that we're in sync. I'll call out the OP as well, because that's always a good one. So, with all that said, let's get into episode number 10, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Kalikawa logo. And Funimation. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're pressing the button again. Well, the 2 levers, yes. There it goes. Chip destroys. All currently active Gadol, and those breeding are destroys. Yeah. It was all manufactured. There it is. Are we going into OP straight after this? Are we gonna... Oh, damn. It's all fabrication. Oh, boy. Yeah, she's... Yeah. I mean, your entire reality has just been... Now we're going into it, yeah. I mean, her entire reality has just been completely told. Like, imagine being told you are living in a simulation. You are not currently alive. This is all a simulation whilst you're in a coma in a hospital bed. But this is the only way that we can communicate with you. You would freak the fuck out. Like, I don't think... I appreciate series that actually understand that. Because when you have such a world-changing thing happen to you... Like, we see that in real people in the real world. Like, it's not world-shattering, it's life-shattering. It doesn't affect everyone in the world, but it affects you so personally that everything you knew changes because of that information. it throws people completely. Like, and depending on the type of person, you can go so many different ways. Some people will turn suicidal because of it. Some people don't quite reach that, but they turn to substances to try and alleviate that feeling. Alcoholism, drug use, things like that. Like, it all affects people in different ways. Some people are strong enough to just take it and try and move on, but it's never perfect. And it never will be. Because if something affects your life that deeply, it's because that's intrinsic to your self of worth and all that. So, anyway, break system. I'm no therapist, so this is just my knowledge of life. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Who's coming down? Yep. Uh-huh. Okay, they got all their data at least. Aww. Okay. Aww. Okay, you're plot relevant now. You were given such a scene, you are now so plot relevant. I believe we saw you last episode, or... Yeah, I believe we saw you last episode, but... Yeah, there's a lot of relevance. A lot of relevance here. Oh, damn. Aww. Aww. Mm-hmm. She did, but... Hmm. Oh, what's wrong with my voice? Oh, they didn't do a 404. We're entering emergency maintenance. How are you going to react, Minato? Oh, he's just leaving. He wants to speak with Kaburagi, I bet. I mean, yeah. Cool, we got rid of the Gado, and we've made our mark, but now what? The system still exists, right? Yep. It's all true. Interesting. Huh? So? Well, you've started this now. So you want her to live with this knowledge? I think she has a bug, so she's allowed to know. Oh. We're going back to that now. Is that... Oh. Oh. They found one. They found a cyborg. Okay. We didn't really get a sense of scale, unfortunately. We just saw him pull the emblem of Solid Quake off. Yeah. So he actually found a cyborg. What was it doing there? Yeah. This entire time. Okay. Okay, that was a nice cut. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It did throw a divide between these two. Okay. She's not just gonna accept it. Okay. That's good. That makes the story more interesting. Instead of just accepting everything that's going on, she... Yeah. Okay. I like this development. And Pipe? You're tricking me. You're 100% tricking me. Come on. You're gonna do it. You're gonna show Pipe. He just got hot and didn't want it on. You know it. You're holding this too long. You're gonna do it. Come on. Yep. They're not gonna do it. Damn it. I was really hoping. God damn it. I was really hoping Pipe was gonna be alive. They were building that so much that I thought they were gonna do it. Oh well. I guess it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Back to humanity, yeah. They can celebrate because they're ignorant of the truth. Yeah, she can tell. Let's go celebrate. She doesn't want to. Mm-hmm. Yep. No, she's 100% going to go... She's going to look for Kabu now. Not Natsume, Kurenai. She's going to look for Kabu to find out what the hell happened for Natsume to act like that. More than likely. Or she'll confront her directly, I don't know. Mm-hmm. What's he doing? Writing something? Writing a letter back after the one that she left him. Oh, hi, Jill. Mm-hmm. Finish that leather. Quick. Oh, Yuyin's overlooking. God, it's such a good character design for this. Oh, and he knows to look for Natsume as well. Well, yes. Okay, that's good. Oh. Let's go with that plan. What is that plan? This is how the thing comes back. That is brilliant. Oh, wow. Okay. So we now have a Gadol that is free from the system, that is a bug, and is now feeding on the gear corpses. I see where the finale's going. One last Gadol that we will probably have to end up fighting. Okay. Mm-hmm. Correct response. Head pats. Mm-hmm. After all you've gone through. Mm-hmm. Okay. Aww. Thank you, Kurenai. Much appreciated. Okay. We're back. Alright. Oh, here they come. Nice, okay. And then they get stuck. Oh. Oh. Nice. That's one way to deal with them. Oh shit, they broke out. They're in a vehicle. Okay, so they're on the surface. They were underneath the surface, under the lake, but they've now found their way out with a vehicle. But where are they going to go? Where would they go? Would they try and go to Deca-Dence? I know that's what Kaburagi wants to do, probably. He'd probably want to get to Deca-Dence. Flashback through her entire time. Mm-hmm. All that effort, all that time. Okay, judging by the size of the vehicle, if we're going to assume they're human-sized vehicles. Aww. Tribute to Sarkozy. I will drink to that. This tastes a lot better. Oh no, it's still feeding. It's still feeding. Oh, it's big now. Oh, it's big. Oh, it grew in size pretty quickly. Okay, so they're probably going to be about, just by that size, they might be 2-3 feet high, maybe. Maybe a little shorter. I think 2 foot is probably going to be likely compared to humans. Except Donatello. Donatello is probably close to normal. No shit. Including her. Hideout? They have a place? Why do they have a place? Interesting. What hideout would they have? There's a letter in the window. Yep, there it is. Just gonna read it from Kaburagi. What's it gonna say? Mm-hmm. 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 Time is still scrapping 175 years, Jesus. Mm-hmm. True humanity on display. Mm-hmm. Still raises the question of whether everyone in the cyborg area is also willing for that. Like, some of them have cushy lives, let's be honest. Of course she's angry. Oh, interesting. That's what they mean by a hideout. Interesting. That's not the reason. Hugin's here. Oh, no, he actually saw him. But Hugin's here. I bet that bird is watching this right now. Or Hugin is. Nice impression. Mm-hmm. Very true. None of that was a lie. Nice. Pretty close to the end, actually, already. This episode's gone quick. Fuck you, show. God damn it, and it was Hugin. Knew it. Fucking knew it. Mm-hmm. And the Gadol is now nearby. Okay. This was... Oh, damn, this thing. Oh, damn, that is creepy as fuck. Okay. So I was right. They are just They're gonna have one last Gadol. Wow. Okay, so I thought maybe one Gadol would survive in the form of Pipe, just because I thought it'd be nice to have Pipe still around. I didn't expect that one that was in the factory to somehow impregnate itself into the body of a gear. I feel like the gears should know that that's a possibility. Like, they've created this Gadol type specifically. You'd think they should know that it's possible, unless because it's a bug Gadol that they just kept around. Maybe they just didn't think anything of it. But still, we now have one last Gadol to fight. Good eating, as always. Well, shite. What do we do about this? Kaburagi doesn't have an avatar. Well, he has the other avatar that he used after his original one was taken by Hugin. So in theory, maybe Jill could try and log him into that, and then he might be able to help fight. But how's Natsume going to escape from Hugin? Like, how does Natsume get away from him? Without any help, like, not going to have Kaburagi's help at all. Hugin's right there. I mean, I don't know how Natsume escapes. Like, how does she escape Hugin from there? Unless Kurenai gets involved? I've got a feeling, though, if Kurenai gets involved with Hugin, she dies. Well, can she get involved with Hugin? Because surely, as part of the system still, Kurenai is, like, she's still part of the system. Surely Hugin has full control that no one would interfere at all. I assume the system has that much of an overarching power, especially for him, that he could just be like, anyone with a chip, just do not interfere, out of the way, do not react. I imagine that's possible. I don't know if we've seen anything like that yet, but I imagine there is a possibility to that. But we've now set up episode 11, episode 12 for our finale, in the form of one last Gadol that we have to deal with. Similar in... We're approaching Stargate sizes. Like, we are approaching that. So, Kaburagi is obviously going to be instrumental in defeating this. Natsume is obviously going to be instrumental in defeating this. If Kurenai is involved, I've got a horrible feeling they might kill her off, but at the same time, maybe not. Just... I don't know. I'm worried that Kurenai might be killed off in this. Potentially. I still want Pipe back. But at the same time, I think he genuinely is gone. But again, they didn't show Pipe disappearing. They only showed his, like, clothing thing that he had on. So part of me still wants to say, if he didn't die on screen, he's alive. Like, that's basic rules. Like, if a character is killed and you don't see it, there's a chance they're still alive. That is a very common trope. Just because you said they're dead doesn't mean they are dead. Take Millionaire Detective this season, which I'm about to go react to after this, because it's Friday. This is what would normally come out today. Shigemaru was killed in a suicide in a car crash, conveniently after he was starting to be investigated by police. It's like, well, we never actually saw him do it. We just saw a historical account from 19 years ago of the event. So there's no confirmed way that he's dead. And I'm holding out that last little bit of hope for Pipe. I'm just hoping that in the end, Pipe appears out of nowhere. But where Pipe would be... Pipe would have to be in the house. He wouldn't have been able to get out of the house. So... I don't know, maybe Pipe lives on in some weird way somewhere. I don't know. It's just me hoping. But we do have one last Gadol to deal with. So So one did survive through impregnating a gear with itself in some way and feasting on all the other gears, and has grown quite considerably. Like, I don't think a great amount of time has passed since they destroyed the factory and left. Like, it's still the same day, I imagine. I don't think a day has gone past yet. So for it to grow in size that much, there must have been a lot of gear corpses left behind nearby. Either that, or each single gear corpse is just that much nutrients to a Gadol that they're probably heavily regulated to not get that many, to not be that much of a problem. But it is now its own entity. It's free from the system. Oh boy, that's going to be a mess to deal with, isn't it? I like they focused a lot on... It was resolved very quickly, which is fine, because I think it's fitting of the character for her to have that resolve to make a form of peace with what has happened. I think it kind of fits her character for the most part. And it's also the curse of 12-hour anime. 12-episode anime, or 13 episodes. Single core animes. You always have to worry about pacing, because you get 4 to 5 hours worth of content out of a single season of anime. That's not a lot to have huge character-defining moments. Like, you need a relatively fast pacing in order to do that. When you have multi-core shows, you can definitely take your time with it more, and as an anime fan for the past 6 or 7 years now, I think we're close to 7 years by this point now. I think it was like 2013 I started watching anime, round about then. I can definitely say I prefer shows that get multi-core, just because it gives you that much time to develop the characters, develop the world, and actually really give that impact to it. But for a relatively short time, I think they nailed it pretty well. And her responses to it, and her thought process, and the way she... that little pep talk with Kuronai, I think it all fit very, very well. So whilst I would have liked that scene to have encompassed basically a whole episode almost, just to see her reactions, I'm okay with it being this short, because we have so much interesting things still to go, and I know that we built up a decent finale here that I'm excited for. So I can forgive them for going a bit fast with that. So if you kind of get my thinking, anyway. But yeah, that was a good episode. It definitely went fast as well. Like, that episode did not feel like a 24-minute episode. And I appreciate that with anime. Like, you don't want anime to drag on. You don't want your anime to feel like it's half an hour, 40 minutes long. Just in... Like, you do and you don't, right? You want an episode so packed with content that it feels like you could have been there for 40 minutes. But you also don't want to have an anime that feels like you have been there for 40 minutes when it's only 20 minutes. Like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, you both want and don't want that feeling. But this was just a good episode and has built up a good finale. Into what they're going to do, I don't know. And I think we've kind of got a vague understanding of the cyborg to human perspective now. Assuming that SUV Jeep thing that they were driving in is designed for normal gears, which will be like 6 foot and something avatars of human bodies, I think it's fair to say that these cyborgs are going to be in the wheelhouse of 2 to 3 feet. At least that's what I'm... Hang on. Maybe closer to 3 feet. I don't know, they've got really stubby legs. So maybe it's going to be closer 2.5. Because they're mostly body, right? They're mostly body, and then they've got small legs. And then the top of their domed area is their face. So, yeah. I wonder if that's how we end it. I wonder if that's going to be the end of the episodes. Like, episode 11 is going to be coming to terms with this, the people on Deca-Dence realizing that it's not over, there is still one Gadol left, the final fight. What's Hugin going to react to? Because the system can't do anything about it. It's a bug. So is Hugin going to actively fight against it? Use it as a form of punishment for Natsume and Kaburagi for trying to set them free. Like, oh, you want to be free of the system? You're free of the system. We're not going to intervene in this. And just back up. I would really like that, actually. I'd really like that possibility. If Hugin was just like, you reap what you sow, peace, and just leaves. That'd be great. Of course they're going to overcome it. This show is not going to end on a negative note, I don't think. So I imagine they will defeat it in some way, but from Hugin's perspective, he's like, ain't the system's problem anymore. We've got our own problems to deal with now. We've got to rebuild Deca-Dence, essentially. So we'll let this one destroy you. We'll rebuild a new one. Entertainment continues. Something like that. This is going to be a good finale. I'm also curious about Minato. What's Minato going to do now? Because he just left the factory after he was like, reported the system, and then he walked away. What's he doing right now? Is he trying to get to Kaburagi? Contact Kaburagi in any way? What is his feelings on this? Because we know he was not supportive of Kaburagi tearing down the factory and the system like this. What's his thoughts now? Is that just because he thought it just wasn't possible? Now that it has been shown to be done and you can go against the system to a certain level of success, is he now thinking that maybe it is worth it? Or is he just thinking Kaburagi's a fool and is now siding with the system even more than he already did? I'd like to see Minato's perspective on that, because I think we're not done with his character yet. But since we've got a big Gadol fight coming up, I don't know if we have time for that. We'll see. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. This show has been very surprising. Ever since episode 2, this show has been a surprise. And I think people who dropped it early on, I think now that we're very much close to the end, next week's penultimate episode, I think now that we're close to the end, and I think it's worth a rewatch. For those of you who had dropped it in episode 2, I think this series is definitely worthy of a rewatch now that we know what direction the story went and how they wanted to do it. Because it made sense. Yes, the character design of the cyborgs is not for everyone, because they went cutesy with it, but that was a conscious decision. There was an article on Crunchyroll, I believe, about why they decided to go for that sort of character design for the cyborgs and things like that. I'll should try and look it up. If I remember, hang on, I'll make a note. Crunchyroll, let's see, Crunchyroll, Deca-Dence article, cyborg article, that's right, so I actually know which article I'm meant to be referring to. There we go. Link, there we go. So I'll make sure to either leave that in the description of this video or in the comment section as a pinned comment, just for those who are interested for why they went for that decision. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the episode as per usual. Loving this show, and you guys have given some really good support to this show as some of the more interesting moments happen. So thank you everyone for sticking around. Leave a comment on what you thought of the episode, where you think where you think it's going. If you share some of my same theories, if you share any thoughts or any corrections for things I may have I may have assumed that are incorrect, or things that I may have forgotten from earlier episodes as key pieces of information, please let me know. Help develop my theory. And don't forget to subscribe to see next week's episode, the penultimate episode, as well as the rest of the Summer 2020 lineup you can find on my channel. Thank you everyone for watching. Until next time. See you guys later.